Well, hello. This is my very first live stream on YouTube. I don't actually know if this is working or not, but I'm going to assume that it is because on my OBS, which is what I'm using, it says that I am live streaming at the second. So this is going to be a bit of fun, but being something new, I hope that it all works out, and I'm sure that I will get better with it over time. But what I was thinking of doing with the channel is, while I am playing around with things, why not live stream it at exactly the same time? So then that way you can see how I actually play and learn new things and get ready for things in the dojo. And that's what I'm actually doing today. I'm actually starting to get ready for a dojo session that we have got tomorrow. And the topic that we're going to be working on tomorrow is Power Automate. Automate for desktop. Now what this does is it helps you create flows or step-by-step processes that can automatically be run, and these automations will actually run on your PC, and it'll interact with elements and things inside your PC. So really helpful, especially when it comes to needing to create an automation to fill out a form that doesn't have, let's say, an API interaction, or doesn't have any API documents to be able to do that particular automation. And so that is pretty much the use case that we've got with one of the dojo members, where we need to fill out some information into like a CRM system. And the thing is, we don't have an API that we can use. So one of the solutions is to actually record the process of how we enter that information into a CRM using something like Power Automate in the desktop. So to give you a bit of understanding, what we're going to be doing during this stream is actually creating, I'm going to quickly vibe code. That's just the word that tends to be used. I'm going to quickly code up using AI and a little basic HTML authorization page, which requires a username and a password with a submit button. And that's basically what I'm going to be creating. After that this form has been filled out, then it's going to navigate through or direct the user to a new tab or a new page, which is going to be a Microsoft form. So if I just very quickly go to Microsoft, I don't want Studio, I want Microsoft Forms. I'm just going to quickly create this form now, actually. So then that way I have the URL pretty much ready to go. So let me close this. Where are we? What tenant am I in? Let me change this to something else. I am going to go here, and I want to sign into AI Masters Dojo. Is the account that I'm going to use. Let me put that in. Now it should authenticate me straight away. I don't think I need my phone. Thanks. Microsoft Forms. We eventually get there. So from here, I'm just going to quickly create a new form, and create a random form with 4 made up questions. That'll do. Let's see what it does. Copilot will actually create this for me. Yeah, okay, I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see how it goes. I actually want, no, can you create all questions with a text line or because this is the actual area or whatever. It'll figure it out. There we go. I think that is fine. Full name, occupation, location, that'll do. Keep it. There we go. So there is our form. Now the reason why I wanted to have this is because when I hit present, I get given this link here, which goes right here. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Copy. Link copied. Paste. There we go. So basically this is the URL that I want to direct to after someone has filled out this form. So now that I've got that all set up, let's get into creating this form, which is basically the reason why I'm doing the live stream today, because while I need to prep this up, I'm just going to basically live stream me doing it. Hopefully you'll learn something out of it. If there is anybody, chat is disabled for this live stream. I don't know how to enable it. Anyway, let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to open up Visual Studio like so, and what I'm wanting to do is start a new, let me go into open, add, open a folder. Let me go back here. I want to create a new folder. So new folder, and I'm going to say DoJo demo, form demo. That will do. Where did it go? DoJo form demo, select folder, and here we are. So I've now got my project set up, ready to go in Visual Studio. I'll connect it up to a Git repo shortly. Now, I'm actually going to use Codex to quickly code up this particular form. So if you have a look over here, I've actually got the Codex add-on already here. If you don't have it already installed, then you may not see this icon. If you don't, then by all means just go to extensions and then do a search for Codex like so, and then you'll see what you're looking for is the Codex extension written by OpenAI with the little tick button to say that this publication is verified. I always recommend looking for those little tick buttons to say that this extension is verified, because occasionally you'll get some people, they may be bad actors that make other extensions which are very similar, but they're not the same. So unless they're verified, I always like to make sure that they're verified, but the one that we're looking for is Codex, and we want the one which is verified by OpenAI. As soon as you click that and it's installed, as you can see, I've already got it installed. But in yours you might have install. In mine it says uninstall because I've already got it installed already. Okay, so once you've got it installed, you should be able to see this little extension button like so for Codex. Over on this side, don't get confused, This is GitHub Copilot. Now, it can be useful if you have a paid version of GitHub Copilot. Then this is useful. If you've already got an existing paid ChatGPT version or ChatGPT, then you don't need it. You can just simply use the Codex extension over here. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm actually going to not start my inquiry here. What I want to do is actually briefly scope it out in ChatGPT. So I'm going to say you are an expert at writing detailed prompts to instruct Codex to create a project for me. I need you to write the instructions to create a HTML page, login page that requires the username Ted Dean, password, and look, I'm going to delete this page and all the rest of it, so I don't care if you see the password. Password is password 1234 at. Now, I don't recommend you use this password ever, but in this instance it's fine. If it doesn't match, there should be an error. If it does match, then nav2. Now, where is my form? So we want it to go to navigate through to this. Where are we? That will do. So this should, now I'm just using instant because that should be fine. This isn't overly complicated. So I've got the username password there. That's the link for it to navigate through to modern. Yeah, that'll do. Let me copy this. And I should tidy these little bits and pieces up, but I'm not going to do that in this case. Like I said, this is a very basic, thing, a very basic description of what I need, and it's only solely for the purposes of the DoJo catch up for tomorrow. So let me just delete that. Codex high. You'll probably think a little bit. I'm going to set this to auto. So these are very interesting. So agent full means that it's not going to ask your permission to do certain steps. If you just have this in agent mode, which for some reason is not turned on for me at the moment, I'm not 100% sure why, but when it's in agent mode, then it will do steps for you, but it'll ask for your permission to be able to do a lot of the changes that it wants done first. That way it gives you an opportunity to check things. And then you've got chat, which means you're just chatting with the agent and it's not really executing anything. It's just for you to brainstorm. But I'm just going to put this in full because this is really straightforward. Normally, I would either use chat so I can scope it out first, and then maybe agent just so I can check things as it goes through. I'm always a big fan of having that man in the middle type scenario. But here I'm just going to go full and I'm going to do this, and then it's going to do a bunch of thinking at the same time. So we'll see how we go. Now, while this is thinking, I am just going to actually navigate to that folder, because this way I can actually have a look at the page locally before I put it up onto GitHub. And have it ready live for me to use. So it's now creating that login page. So login.html is what it's using, which is just fine. So you can see it's almost like it's chain of thoughts on what it's doing. So it's telling me that it has already written 158 lines of code, which here is the code that it's run, the code that it's created. So if I go to where are we? Projects. Where are you? So what I've done here, see, this is my projects folder. This is the folder that I just created. There is the login HTML page. If I fire that up, there we go. That is my login. So if I go, what was on password? Let me just check for an error. Invalid username password. Really basic, really straightforward. What did I have? Ted, Dean. Password 1234 at. And there we go. Works perfect. So that was just a very quick live stream, getting this login page ready and set for my dojo session that we have tomorrow. Remember, if you do want to get involved in the dojo a little bit more and actually see the rest of this project working, then there'll be some links and so forth in the description below, and you can join the dojo, join the rest of the members, and actually see some of these projects in action. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my very, very, very first live stream. I know it was really ugly. I'm sure it'll get better over time, but it was a good trial for me to see how streaming works, being the very first one that I've done. Anyway, hopefully we'll see you again in the next video, and maybe hopefully we'll be doing a lot more live streams, and they'll get better over time. All right. Anyway, we'll speak to you soon, and bye for now.